So far we have seen the areas of triangles, the areas of parallelograms and the areas of trapezoids and their formulae. Of course, if required we may find out the areas of rectangles or rhombus. Rhombus is a special kind of parallelogram, so the formula for parallelogram will work well for the rhombus. But what about the finding out areas of irregular geometries? Consider a case that I want to find out the area of this region. It is not a regular geometry, so no ready formula will work. There can be several approaches. One can find out equation of this line by taking several points and putting a best fit, and then put a y axis over here, take this as the x axis, and using definite integration the area can be done in our high school mathematics. But this is a tedious process. Plotting points, finding the best fit line and then using the formula will take long time. We need to have a quicker process. The second approach can be use square grid. Superpose a square grid on the object and then count how many squares are completely inside, how many squares are say only half inside, and from there knowing the area of one square we can find out finally the area, but then again it takes time. So, both these processes take time and we need a third process which is faster. It can be little bit inaccurate, but it will work in our case. Now, consider this irregular geometry defined by one straight line and one curved line. In some literature, for the purpose of explaining, this has been called as the marker bed. To find out the area, we need to find out the average height. Consider several points on the straight line which are equidistant from each other. So, this means this distance is equal to this distance is equal to that distance. In this way, we place points. Now, draw normals on the straight line at all these points. So, it starts from u1 vertical line, then u2 vertical line and goes up to u12. Measure all these distances and add up. One can measure using a scale and one can keep adding them, and then if there were 12 such lines as in this diagram, I will divide by 12 plus 1, which is 13. What comes out from here can be called as the average height. Let us call it h dash. This average height multiplied by the length of the straight line L multiplied by h dash will give us the approximate area. While we are going to do this work in cross section balancing, you have to be alert in choosing these points. Therefore, this formula is understood. Say this is the curve, do not choose points which are very far away. In that case, your result will be, the area that you estimate will be inaccurate. And on another extreme, do not choose points very close to each other, then although you get more accurate area, you are wasting time. Do not choose points too close to each other and keep drawing normals and finding out their lengths and then summing up, divide by n plus 1 etc. Here it will take more time. So, a trade off is done as is done here. Too far means how much far? It is not specified. For example, if this is a 9 centimeter line and I want to find out this area, I can take every alternate points at 0.5 centimeter distance and this would be reasonable. But if I try for 0.1 centimeter, or that means 1 millimeter distance apart, then we are going to waste the time. This is important. This has to be remembered. So, areas of this kind of irregular geometries can be found out. What about this kind of geometries? What is the difference between this geometry and that geometry? In this case, there was one straight line as the is a part of the boundary of the irregular object, whereas here there is no straight line portion. In this case, we can draw a line like this, call it AB. AB length can be measured with a scale, let us say H1, and at equal interval we can choose points and draw normals. Then we can find out this area A1 and we can find out this area A2. The total area is A1 plus A2. You can put a question, what would be the orientation of the AB line? What if this is the object and instead of taking this kind of line, I choose a line like this? Well, in that case the points will be equally spaced and then we have to keep drawing normals like this and we have to find out the area. This is also okay. So, the choice of line AB, how it will be oriented does not matter in our calculation. Areas A1 and A2 can be obtained using the formula that was discussed in the previous case. However, there can be a faster process. Consider this length is HI and this length is HI dash. Then I can write the area A1 is equal to, the area A1 can be given by the AB length H1 multiplied by and similarly the area A2 can be written as so the total area A1 plus A2 is equal to A can be given by now here one more simplification can be done. H1 can be added with H1 dash, H2 can be added with H2 dash. I mean to say, if this is say H17 and this is H17 dash, there is no need to measure the distances separately, this one and this one in the calculation, rather straightway put the scale and find out this distance, which is this. So, this writing can be simplified as where H I double dash is equal to H I plus H I dash. I mean to say there is no need to separately calculate this length, measure this length, this length, this length and find out the area A1, then do the process for the bottom portion A2. Instead, straightway use the formula, using the scale measure these total lengths and then come with this formula to find out the total area. This would be a faster process. What about finding the area of this geometry? Here, if I draw the AB line inside and keep drawing the normals, I am probably going to miss this portion's area, and if I draw here normals, I am going to miss this portion's area. In other words, it is very difficult to put an AB line properly and cover the entire curved area. So, in this case we have to take another approach. Join these two points, call it the AB length H1 and then on this at equal interval keep drawing these lines In this way, these lines have been drawn. Say this height is h1 and this height is h1 dash, and consider this bound region's area is A1 and the total area is A2. A2 is this total area. Then the desired area A3 is equal to A2 minus A1. For A2, we can write the formula Hi plus Hi dash, sum goes from I equal to 1 to n multiplied by n plus 1 inverse and then multiplied by h1 length, and the area of A1 is given by I equal to 1 to n Hi n plus 1 inverse multiplied by h1. Therefore, from these three equations we can say that A3 area, which is the desired area here, is equal to A2 minus A1, and if we do so, this Hi sum I to n can be subtracted from Hi sum I to n in this expression. So, what comes out is Hi dash n plus 1 inverse multiplied and then also multiplied is h1 length. In other words, while we are trying to find out such an area, while we draw such normals, we will measure only these distances. We will completely skip these lengths. We will only measure those distances and then straightway using the formula to find out the desired area A3, which is shown by the dotted region. In this way, even though the AB line cannot be used satisfactorily by drawing inside the curved geometry, we can nevertheless find out the area of the irregular geometry. Here I will demonstrate how to find out the area of this irregular geometry. Along the line AB, which is a straight line, I choose points at 0.5 centimeter interval. Next, I will draw normals at each of these points, normals on the AB line. Next, I will find out the length of each of these vertical lines. And this is equal to 20.7 centimeter. This is equal to the sum of Hi, and I runs from 1 to how many lines we have considered? 19 lines. This is line number 1, this is line number 2. Therefore, the area is equal to the AB length multiplied by the average height h. The AB length is 10 centimeters. Therefore, the area is given by 10 multiplied by 1 centimeter square is equal to 10 centimeter square. If in this construction, instead of choosing lines like that, if I were choosing lines which were very close to each other, my accuracy would have increased. I would have got slightly different number, but the time required would have been much more. If instead of so closely spaced line and the properly spaced lines, I were taking normals which are far away yet equidistant from each other, the result would have varied significantly, leading to inaccuracy. Therefore, this one is avoided and that one is also avoided, and reasonably this one has been adopted. Consider this irregular geometry, and suppose I have to find out the area. I have to draw a line AB. Inside it, which need not be a horizontal line. The AB line length is equal to 7.4 centimeter. I am now going to divide AB into shorter lines of equal lengths. To do that, I take the 0.5 centimeter interval and choose several points on the line AB. Next, as usual, I will be drawing normals on these points on the line AB. Next, I will find out the length of each of these lines and how many lines I have taken. Let us number them: line 1, 2, total 13 lines I have taken. The total length from here to here, here to there is to be found out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 lengths, and this is equal to the sum of all heights, 23.2 centimeter. Therefore, the average height, or better to say average length, is equal to 23.2 divided by, there were 13 lines considered. So, 13 plus 1 is equal to 14, and it is 1.7 centimeter. Therefore, the area is equal to the AB length 7.4 centimeter multiplied by 1.7 centimeter square, 12.6 centimeter square. A correction in my figure, I am taking point B over here. Suppose I have to find out the area of this irregular geometry. How to proceed? I will join the AB points by a straight line, and in my diagram AB line is not horizontal, and that is okay perfectly. I will divide AB line into equally spaced points. Then I will drop normals on these points on the AB line. In this way, I have drawn total how many normals? 1, 2, 3, and here is a very tiny one, 7. The AB line length is 3.9 centimeter. Now, I have to find out the length of these normals bound within the curve. That means, these lengths I will not take into account, and I will measure only those lengths that I am showing by red color. These lengths are, which is equal to 3.5 centimeters. Therefore, the area is given by 3.9 multiplied by 3.5 divided by, there were 7 lines. So, divide by 7 plus 1 equal to 8, and this is equal to 1.7 centimeter square.